Hey, what's going on everyone? Tom here, the consultant. Welcome back to the channel. Actually, welcome back to the last day of the trading year. At least in the equities markets, that seems to be true. Today is December 30th, 2022. So this is, right before the New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. So happy New Year's, Merry Christmas to all of you. Hope you guys had some safe travels, and yeah, let's go ahead and jump into what's going on in the crypto markets today. Looking at Bitcoin daily. If you were as unimpressed with the markets probably this entire quarter as me, I mean, this has been pretty crazy. We kind of, and on Bitcoin at least, you're going to see in Bitcoin and ETH, the charts look somewhat similar. I think ETH is lagged a little bit behind Bitcoin, but all of the others I'm going to cover BNB, Litecoin, and FTM. They seem to show a little bit different picture than Bitcoin and ETH. So starting with Bitcoin, I kind of have a downtrending channel here, starting with the low at the end of, I think this is July, and forming at the top of mid-August, the high, and moving down. So of course, here at the beginning of November, we can thank this amazing drop here to the, I think this is the FTX shenanigans, but nonetheless, it seems like ever since we hit the 15.5 area, we kind of bounced up. I think we came back down a little bit more on news basis with that going on, but ever since then, it's just been really uneventful. In terms of price action and market structure, it's been really, really boring. And I think at this point, beginning of November, mid-November, I think traders have literally kind of given up. I'm done with 2022. The last 3 years have just been an absolute shit show. I'm just going to call it what it is. But as far as market structure and price action, that has literally been crap for the last 2 months, which is kind of where you see this sideways. I mean, we've just literally been going sideways. Maybe, yeah. I don't know. I was gonna say maybe even 5% variation in either direction, but it's just not really good. So this is the daily, the 4 hour. I've got some markup on 4 hour. It may look like a mess, but I promise you there's some sanity to all of this. So the yellow here is still the downward channel. We've got kind of marked our lows. This is kind of the FTX low. I still think this is a little bit news related low. At least this is the ETH dump. I think right around that time, the one wallet that had a crap ton of ETH, it was just constantly selling. That was from FTX. But we did kind of show a little bit of an uptrend here. A little bit of recovery, but still kind of going sideways, still trending up a little bit, at least on the 4 hour. And as you can see here, we have kind of broken it a little bit. I wouldn't say it's enough to, say that this is a trend reversal. I would say if we broke this area down here at like 16.2, maybe 16, if we break that, I would probably say we're probably going to come back down here, at least somewhere in between. It's really hard to tell. This time of the year, especially towards the end of the fourth quarter, it's supposed to be a pretty decent setup traditionally for a bullish first quarter. Traditionally, I think in the years, it hasn't been every year, but typically the first quarter has been a little bit bullish, going into March. So, January, February, and March, and but I don't necessarily think we see that setup. I see here, I did draw a little bit of a triangle because I saw some support here. Looks like it was really good support, but it failed not once, not twice, but 3 times. So let's hope that's not the end of it here going into January. So I don't really have any plays at the moment for Bitcoin. I'm not long, I'm not short. I do hold a little bit of Bitcoin, and I also do hold a little bit ETH, which we'll move into ETH here in a minute. But at the moment, I don't really see any good setups, especially with the breaking my trend line. I do have the joke when on Twitter that whenever we start getting into these little downtrends, I just start telling people, hey, draw support lines, please. Just draw more support lines. We gotta support the crypto, right? Gotta stop the downfall. Let's see. ETH doesn't look really any different. Yeah, it looks, actually, I think ETH looks more like a mess than Bitcoin at the moment. At least Bitcoin has something going on here. Clean this up a little bit. I don't need that. It's just a 4-hour. So we do have the same typical market structure here with Bitcoin, because everything follows Bitcoin. For God's sakes, I don't know what we would do if we didn't. FTX and ETH sell off here and here, and then we just kind of start climbing up again. So you can kind of see that drop, and it climbs up again. ETH, it's the same story with ETH. It's we broke, and then ETH we kind of have been at or below, I would say, with price action here, but we've kind of dropped it down. So I have some key levels here, another key level here, and along with an upward trend line, starting at the end of November to as of lately. It's held it so far. This is only the first touch. You can maybe kind of count these 2 as touches, but they're not touching on my chart. Whoop-de-doo. Hopefully, if we do, we will probably see a retest of 1350. I would be a little bit cautious at opening long trades at this level. 1350, I don't know. I personally would not, because this is a pretty good setup here for a double top. So my thought is if we do get up here, it may or may not. If we do, it may come up, and we may touch 1450, but I would still suspect that we are going to have some downside before we even come close to retesting 1650, 1700. So do keep that in mind if you're looking at the charts, if you're looking at lower time frames, and come January, maybe February, and maybe January, be very cautious of this double top here. So again, I'm long ETH. I'm not really, although I'm not trading it active. Okay, so I'll just leave it at that. I am long ETH. I'm just not actively trading it. So I do have long positions, but that is more of a DCA type of trade that I've been doing right around in this area. But took advantage of these to get in a really good position. So it's actually more along this line up here. So anyway, let's see, BNB. BNB is kind of so BNB, these other altcoins, we'll just call them altcoins, they paint a different picture, in my opinion. So here we do have what looks like it may be forming a somewhat of a symmetrical triangle at one point. We may have that full formation. And again, this is on the 4-hour. We do have a key support here at about 335, 336, which, you know, we've had a high, retested that high, and it failed. It bounced off. We had it again, and it failed. So key level there at about 335, 336. In it, we kind of have this upward trend line starting from the middle of June going to, as of recent, mid-December. We've been able to hold off of it so far. So the low, most recent low, key level low, would probably be about 220. So I don't know if, you know, we're potentially going to revisit that, but we do kind of have a slightly bearish channel here. You know, from, you know, that started from that first rejection of that 335, 336 level, and it's been consistent. I mean, I'll say that it's been consistent, consistently trending down. It did break down and create this 220 low, and it swooped right back up into the channel. Currently, I do have a trend line here at, let's see, yeah, it's pretty much mid-December to as of late. This channel has just been kind of me looking at how boring December has kind of been. Mid-December, yeah, it's just been, there's been literally almost nothing going on. But you're gonna kind of see this with the other ones as well. I'm gonna delete that. It's not really that important. So really, there's really no plays. I mean, it's flat. So let's see, Litecoin. Litecoin, I mean, in my opinion, Litecoin shows a different story. In my opinion, I think this is what traditional markets, like I was saying at the beginning of the video, where the end of the fourth quarter going into the first quarter is traditionally a bullish setup. And I think Litecoin is showing exactly that. You know, some people, Jim Cramer, would say otherwise. He doesn't believe in crypto at all, and honestly, I think his opinion on crypto in general is just kind of all over the place. If you kind of go back and look at him over the years, he's interviewed other people and he said, "Oh, that's interesting." It's like, dude, is it really interesting, or are you just BSing everyone? But if you guys don't know, you know, typically, if you're a long position and Jim Cramer says buy it, you should probably try and get out. You know, I don't see Jim Cramer as anything different than any of the other pump and dump gurus on like Twitter and YouTube, where they say, "Hey, you should get in. This is a great level. I'm sending you a signal." No, you're sending everyone you're out. So you're wanting to provide as much liquidity to get out before that thing dumps. Okay, that in my opinion, that is exactly what Jim Cramer is. Yeah, he's just not. Pretty much, if you do the opposite of what he does, I think you'll be fine. Not financial advice, of course. So do your own due diligence. All right. Litecoin here is, in my opinion, I'm actually really bullish on Litecoin. Litecoin has just been one of those coins that has just been, it's been around, it's worked, and I mean, I think the foundation is just doing absolutely amazing. Of course, they're doing amazing in other countries because, you know, they've got payment systems and actual, you know, companies that will accept Litecoin. So, you know, structure looks really good in my opinion. Again, we kind of have this nice upwards channel. I am accumulating. Unfortunately, I did get in. Let's see, I think I played this area. I got out and then I got back in up here in the 70s. I think it was about 72, and it's just been really kind of bouncing around, taking profit and DCAing. So I think my current position is about 71.87. That's kind of what this pink line is. But other than active scalping plays, on the lower time frames. I don't really see anything. I'm just DCAing long, and I really like Litecoin's setup. So let's see. Moving on to the last one, FTM. FTM is I don't know. It's not in the best position, but we've been able to hold this consolidation area. It has seemed to be the ruler of the fourth quarter. It's really been between this 22 to about 18 area. Honestly, I think we'll probably see 18 again, 1850 at least. I hope not, but I think we kind of will. Mainly because of, the way this structure is. It's still leaning down. There just seems to be a lot more downward pressure in this area than the others. So, other than that, I've always been long FTM. I like FTM in general. I will only buy network tokens. So network tokens are like, of course, the ones where, if you're on Bitcoin and you want to do anything, you want to move money, you want to interact with a dApp, you have to spend Bitcoin in order to do that. So there's always a need for a network token. The other exception, in my opinion, is Curve. I've always been a holder of Curve. I accumulate Curve. I don't really sell it. I just think Curve is a really good project, and I think it's proven extremely valuable to decentralized finance, especially on the ETH network and other networks it kind of spreads to. So, FTM, people need FTM. In order to do anything on these networks. Same thing with BNB. Same thing with Litecoin. Although Litecoin, I don't think it has any. I think Litecoin is working on smart contracts, or it could already be out. But I thought I most recently read that smart contracts might be coming to Litecoin in 23. So along with I think they're halvening. So I think Litecoin has a halvening coming as well. So that's also another reason why I'm holding. Typically, leading up to the halvening of some of these tokens, we have kind of a big rally. And to be honest, I'll probably always be a holder of Litecoin, going forward. So, all right, guys. Other than that, the market's just not in a really good position. It hasn't been, really, I would say, since the third quarter. Third quarter of the year. I don't think we've really. Let's go back to ETH. I don't think that we've really been in a good spot. You can honestly even say since June, since the third quarter, that it's just been sideways. It sucks. There's just really not a whole lot going on. Of course, this is a high level overview. I'm sure there are plenty of scalping opportunities, but if it was me, I would be mostly scalping short. So, other than that, guys, that's really all I have for you. I wish I had better news. Maybe 2023 will bring better news, right? Let's hope that 2023 brings us, newsworthy, moving. News that will just move the markets in the direction that we want, which is, obviously in the profitable direction and the upwards trend. So, guys, like I said, other than that, that's really all I got for you guys. If you guys are interested in any of the other tools that I use, looking to check out the links in the description below. There's some discounts as well for TopStep, really good company. As well, there's discounts for some of the other tools that I use as well, such as Jigsaw and Quantower as well. So go ahead and check those out. Other than that, guys, I will see you in the next one. Later.